single day. I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am Ginger Wolf, and this is Stripped Finance. I am a future entertainer and stripper, not a financial consultant. So any and all information received from this channel is meant only for educational, informational, and entertainment purposes. So please, if you have any questions or concerns, take it up with your financial consultant. Now with that out of the way, let's enjoy today's video. Bye!
Hi everybody, welcome back to Stripped Finance. So today is going to be a weird one, right? Because I'm sure, as you know, there's a new policy coming out. And it's a financial policy, which is why I'm talking about it here. Because I don't do the political thing, I don't really care about that. I care about how it's going to affect my life. So, the $10,000 financial, student loan forgiveness. In theory, right, it sounds like a good idea. But in practice, it's not. It's bad policy. It's going to cost us all trillions of dollars. Literally trillions of dollars. And when it first came out, I was sitting there and I was just blown away. I was like, there's no way. Absolutely not. And then I waited a few days for more facts to come out, because I like to have the whole picture before I make my opinion. And I'm still of the same opinion that it's not going to work. By the way, awesome person sent me this. How cool is that? A good friend of mine, who is also a fellow subscriber here on my channel, was very generous, gave the $10 to have this flag made. And I am in love with it. They shall be, it shall remain anonymous, because that's how I operate. But you know who you are, and it is now above my bed, and I love it. So thank you. But back to where we were at. Back to all seriousness. It's bad policy, right? Because it's taking from people who didn't actually sign up for student loans. I myself, although I do have a college degree, I did not go straight to college out of high school. I got a job, started paying bills, got a credit card. Was very careful with my spending on the credit card so I could build decent credit. And then I went to college, spent, $40,000, $50,000 on a useless degree. I got student loans, I had to pay mine back. And now, I went to a community college. There's nothing wrong with community colleges. And then after that, I actually tried a trade school, which, in all honesty, right, is what I think you should do from the get-go. Trade schools are great. Because not only do you actually learn how to do your trade, but you also get hands-on experience, which puts you a foot above everyone else whenever you go to apply for a job. But anyways, I had to pay my student loans back. And I worked very hard, saved the money, made the payments, and now I don't owe any more money for my schooling. Of course, I still take my titties out for money, but that's neither here nor there, okay? Fact of the matter is, I got student loans, I paid them back. But I see several problems with this, right? So, like I said, in theory, it sounds good. You went to school, you have loans, job market's kind of iffy right now. I can understand. You need help paying everything back. But the problem is that it's not actually helping the people who really need the help, right? It's helping the people who went to these big Ivy League colleges like Harvard, Dartmouth. It's not helping the people like me who went to a community college and had to live on ramen noodles, okay, to make ends meet so we could finish our schooling. And then there's people that I know that didn't even go to college, make tons of money, and now they're suddenly strapped with someone else's debt. Like, I know it might be a bit of like an extreme view here, but we got rid of debtors' prisons and created laws against debt inheritance, right? So if you don't know what debt inheritance is, let's say my grandfather had $100,000 in debt, right? He died, and it gets passed to my dad. My dad had, say, $15,000 in debt. Add my grandpa's $100,000 in debt, and let's say he gets into a car accident, right? It's very sudden and unexpected. His debt gets then passed down to me. Now, if I had siblings, we could all agree to portion it out, or we could go from oldest to youngest. But either way, the debt would slide from one person to the next. And that's just, there's laws against that now. So I don't see how they're working the actual like wording in the policy itself, because that sets a very dangerous like precedent. Because the problem is, right, is if, let's say I'm a car producer, right, and I produce a car for $5,000. Someone gets a loan for $5,000, but let's say a good $2,000 of that is forgiven, right? So I'm out $2,000 worth of money. I'm wondering, how am I going to make that back up? The fact of the matter is, I can just raise the price on the car another $2,000. So where it used to be $5,000, now it's $7,000. And that $2,000 worth of forgiveness isn't going to do you any good. You're going to be right back where you started originally. And that's what these colleges are doing. I actually read an article, right, where one of the teachers, just one, at Harvard was paid like $400,000 to teach 2 law school classes. What teacher, okay, gets paid $400,000? I think the average salary for just a regular teacher is like $50,000 a year. I take my titties out for money, okay? And I still make, like, before taxes, because I always have to pay in. It's a pain, okay? But before taxes, I think I make like $60,000 a year. So literally, a stripper makes more than the people who are teaching our kids. And yet, there are some teachers who work in these ridiculous schools that are getting paid $400,000 to teach 2 classes. So, once again, an idea, it's not a bad idea. I can understand wanting to help people who need the help. The problem is that it's like putting a Band-Aid over a bullet wound, okay? Sure, it's going to help, but it's not actually fixing the problem. What they should do, if they really want to help out with student loan, is make it to where schooling is affordable again. It goes back to the whole car thing, right? Where I can just raise the price on the car to make up the difference. There's no laws stating that I cannot raise the price on what I manufacture. And that's pretty much it. I'm sorry it got so long this time, guys. Like, I was kind of ranting about the financial side of it, really. That's all it is. Because it's not going to work. Like I said, it's putting a Band-Aid over a bullet wound. You're not fixing the actual problem. You're just making it look pretty so people stop looking at it. Make smart decisions. That's all I gotta say, right? Don't waste your time with universities, because you're gonna pay a lot of money, and 9 times out of 10, the degree you get is pretty much useless. My sister, she got a degree in think it was Human Resources, and she works at a waitress at a casino. So she can pay back her student loans that they're not helping her with. So, trade schools are the shit. If you can go for a trade school, do it, because you get actual hands-on experience. 2, build your credit beforehand. Be smart about it. Get a credit card. Only spend it on small things. Credit card companies, whenever reporting to credit agencies, do not take into account the amount you spend. It's how often you make your payments. You could literally spend like $10, and as long as you paid it back every day, like every payment was on time for like 6 months, it'll bump your credit. So remember that. That's another one. And 3, I guess, is don't take on debt that you either A, cannot pay back, or rather live within your means, I suppose. And 2, don't expect other people to pay for your bad decisions. I'll see you next time. Bye!
Hi guys, this is Ginger Wolf with Financial Independence Trucking, bringing you all of the financial know-how in my big rig. So, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!